All right, there you go, 14 away from 150, which will make 1500, which technically, I promise you, don't have to take my word for it. In fact, I don't expect you to, because you didn't see it. And I want you to see them all, but it's actually had closer to 1600 through it. We are going to put it over here after this and look at the guide rod. You'll notice there in that shooting compilation that there was another good primer strike on a hard primer from that ZSR ammunition. As you can see here, almost got this can empty, and we will be done with that garbage, and won't have any more of those issues. Now, I try to address stuff people say in the comments as much as I can, because what's the point in me doing all of this, wasting that much money on ammunition for a gun that I will likely sell at some point, other than to help people out that need to know, you know? So when people ask questions, I try to address them. And one gentleman said that he went into the gun store, was buying some other gun. I forget which gun he said he was picking up, but that he said, let me hold this. They had one in there. And one of his concerns was how close the slide lock was to the frame. You know, how that he wished it stuck off a little bit more tactical, I suppose. And that he was attempting to pull the slide back. Now, with that being said, on an empty magazine, any gun is difficult to manipulate the slide lock or slide release with your thumb on an empty magazine and get it to slam forward. Now, that's not, I mean, it could be done, but it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. With some guns, it's nearly impossible, but he was asking me if it was a difficult thing to manipulate the slide lock, slide release, and drop the slide on a full magazine. And I told him no, that was not an issue. I never had an issue with that. In fact, I prefer the slide release or slide lock to be very, very tight to the frame, even have a little hood around it if at all possible. Because of my very high grip, I have a tendency to hit that slide lock unintentionally if not. So as you can see, with very little effort, I was able to slam it home. Put this in here to make it a full 14 rounds. Now, let me put these 14 rounds through it. We'll get it over there and we'll take a look at that guide rod for Mr. DJ. I said it's not half bad. So either way, let's get it over on the tailgate. Well, let's put the empty mag in there. Yeah, see, it's way almost impossible. Yeah. So it's not a matter of, see, so it's not a matter of you in the store locking it back on an empty mag and not being able to manipulate it. There's a ton of guns that you can't do that. So, I mean, the magazine catches that. So sometimes you can. There are some guns that with the empty mag, you can slam it home, but there's a lot of them you can't. This one you can't, but on a full magazine, it's slam right home. So I personally don't think that is relevant, but the gentleman asked, and I wanted to answer his question. I hope that answered your question. It is sometimes impossible to drop a slide from the slide lock or slide release on a empty magazine. So there you have it. If the magazine's full, it's easy to manipulate that slide lock. I'm giving it everything I have right now and it won't budge. So, but with a full magazine, no problem at all. With a magazine out of the mag well, no problem either. So let's get it over on the tailgate and take a look at this this guide rod and spring and everything. All right, so I got it tore down. This is after another additional, well, really over 500 rounds, probably more like 600. Just kind of take a little look at the internals here. Hopefully it doesn't blur out on you guys. But anyway, here's the part in question. This is your guide rod. recoil spring. Now, I don't know what I would necessarily be looking for as far as will it fail, why it failed, break. Does that mean it broke in half? Does that mean the piece at the back here broke? I'm not really sure, but it seems fine to me. It doesn't seem any different in its recoil. Doesn't seem any different in you know, manipulating the slide, etc. Also, here is the magazine. When I tell you that I John Wicked them very hard today, I did not take it easy on them at all. Someone said in the comments that it looked like someone in a sweatshop welded the back of that magazine. Now again, I'm no welder. He could be right, she could be right, whoever it was that said that. But it looks smooth to me. But again, I am not a welder, so I would not know. But I have not been easy on these magazines. They have gotten slightly easier to load, but they still are pretty much a pain to load. But anyway, there you have it, folks. Thank you so much for watching. This will be the last of these videos, I promise you. Over 1,500 rounds, really closer to 16. No noticeable issues with the gun. Still firing, other than a couple of hard primers on some ammo. Have not had a single issue with this gun. Been a pure blast to shoot. Either way, definitely, if you're balling on a budget, I got a $25 rebate on this thing. Not sure if that's still available or not, but if you're balling on a budget, this is all you can afford. I believe you could trust the gun. Go out and get you one. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you know Jesus Christ as your Savior. Consider supporting me on the different available platforms. Patreon, $5 a month. Cancel anytime. Also over on G2 Tactical. Hit on the 3 lines in the corner, g2tactical.com. Drop down support channel. Donate as much as you want or as little as you want. Also, I get the super thanks. Thank all you guys for your support, for all the kind words and comments during this review of the Taurus GX2. Make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up, share, and tell all your friends where they can find the best, most honest blue-collar reviews on YouTube. And as always, to God be the glory.